There is not much we need to say. There is nothing we need to do. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing in particular to say. No higher or lower teachings, no better or worse teachers. No need to get stuck on one aspect of our mental experience. No need to get stuck on one aspect of our physical experience. But rather we can to open up and widen out and transform moment by moment those suffering, those clinging, those grasping, those attachment, to be stuck, to be trapped, freedom, forgiveness. This word, ahosi, Buddhist word, ahosi, meaning to forgive, to free, to release, right? And there is so much to forgive, not only ourselves, not only others, not only mental or physical actions that have taken place or are taking place or will take place in the future, but also to forgive in a limitless way. So to forgive all phenomena, all spirit, all cause and effect, to forgive, to release, to free. And that is to true forgiveness, not someone, not some place, not some time. We can offer that. We can bless with that. Bless ourselves, bless others, bless for all, to share for all, not someone, not some place, not some time. It's very accessible. It's very workable. Not something that is confusing. In this moment, we come together not only to listen to Bhante or to see what other people share, but to listen only, to open only, listening to all phenomena, stopping and seeing. You know, to stop and see. If we can stop, wow, so much is possible to heal, to transform, to open up. Forgive that we may not have this opportunity again. And many spirit, many being from our past, from our future, those beings we can see and those beings that we cannot see or hear or feel or touch or taste or whatever, they may also not have this opportunity. That's why to take responsibility fully at this moment, not according to someone at some place at some time, but according to experiencing only, to arriving, and even to arrive at not arriving, and to forgive everything that's been said so far. This is a real blessing. This is something that's so needed in the world today, for ourselves, for all. A freedom, forgiving, no judgment, no story, no person at no place, at no time. What is that like? What kind of experience is that? What is this without relying on something that someone has said to you or something that you have said to yourself? What is this? And not according to this person or what you see or what you hear, but what is this? Opening out, widening out, broadening out, forgiving, and offering, sharing. if we can accept the truth of ever new impermanent nature, if we can accept that moment by moment by moment, the truth is ever new, ever changing. Impermanence is always here, always the body always becoming a new body, the mind always becoming a new mind, the eyes always becoming new eyes, moment by moment. Can we also accept, can we also open up to forgiveness of mental and physical action and the complicatedness, the convolutedness, the someone, the someplace, the sometime, the some experience that has gathered, constricted, collected around this attachment to mental and physical action or mental and physical phenomena? Can we forgive, understanding this ever new impermanent nature, always changing, always fresh, always new, and not separate from anyone? There's no separate self like this. How could it be like that? Even riding a bike, you fall off. You find out, I am not separate. That's why we wear a helmet. And all these spirit, all these being in higher realm and lower realm, higher state and lower state, the state of a beggar, the state of depressed, the state of a fool, the state of an anger person, the state of a wise, wealthy, detached being having many pleasure, many freedom, many power, many states, many realms, okay? We can't just say someone, someplace, sometime, because it's a lot deeper than that. Our experience is a lot richer than that. It's a lot more multifaceted than that. It's like looking at a diamond and picking out one of the reflections and thinking that is the diamond. It's only there for a moment. So instead of looking at the reflection or the spark in the diamond and seeing that as a separate self-entity, we can understand to open out, to widen out, to shine out, the shining of the light, to forgive, not just for that person, not just for that place, not just for that time, but to forgive widely and to openly, even to forgive forgiving. There is no place or time or person to meditate. Life is meditation. Just like there is no person, place, time, control of death. Death is just death. Impermanence is just impermanence. It is not relying on your story. It is not relying on your mental or physical action. It seems that way, it appears that way, but this is just a trick. Like trying to find the shimmer in a diamond again. You can find the shining, but you cannot find the shimmer, the separate spark. So today I thought it would be quite accessible and quite lovely and wonderful to gather together at the present moment using these causing conditions only, to use only and to experience only as the whole of life, the whole of reality here and now, the truth here and now. And to enjoy together some Zen teachings from the ancient Zen masters, as we have done before. as we read through this, we can practice nothing. Give up practicing, giving up, doing something, going somewhere, something to do. Release, forgive, free it. And in that way, we can open fully, completely to this present moment experiencing and the arising and passing away of whatever. No need to label it. No need to understand it. No need to control it. And we can enjoy freedom. Any questions or comments so far? Before we invite the ancient spirits of the Zen masters to join us in our energetic gathering. So many people are here. Welcome, everyone. And if you haven't already said hello, please say hello. I am a real person. So if you are also a real person, you can say hello. And it goes without saying, what is a real person? Not someone, not some place, not some time, ever new impermanent nature. So you don't, not to get attached, even to getting attached. Not to make a mistake, even about making a mistake. Hello, Bree, Padma, Rose, Matt, Justin, Rachel, Edwal, Margaret. Okay, and everyone can leave a like. Welcome to leave a like on the YouTube video. Hello, Aaron. All right, I don't want to belabor the point. I know everyone's time here is so valuable. And if you see something, say something, all right? Let me know. Something comes up, you can tell me about it. Maybe you have a point. Okay, let's get started with some of these readings. And if you are stuck, so these are the teachings from Zen masters, and we will start to listen. Hey, Brad. Heishan instructed in assembly. Cultivating learning is called hearing. Transcending learning is called proximity. Beyond these two is called real transcendence. Maybe we can say, okay, cultivating learning is hearing. Cultivating learning is hearing. To cultivate a learning, an understanding, gaining experiences, meaningful learning, okay? Cultivating learning is called hearing. Transcending learning is called proximity. So to transcend learning, to go beyond learning or accumulating experiences or grasping experiences is called proximity. Proximity to the truth. And we can say ever new impermanent nature. The truth of impermanence. The truth of how moment by moment we couldn't be stuck. Just like the body couldn't be stuck to be solid. It is by its nature opening out, widening out, freeing out. Blessing. This body become a blessing to the earth, become soil. Heishan instructed in assembly. Cultivating learning is called hearing. Transcending learning is called proximity. So to be close to be close with the truth. Beyond these two is called real transcendence. So beyond learning and beyond transcending learning is called real transcendence. A monk asked, what is real transcendence? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. What is real truth? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. Mind itself is Buddha. I don't question this. What is neither mind nor Buddha? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. When people who have gone beyond come, how do you deal with them? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. Let's all take a moment to put our hand over our heart. And feel the drum beating. Do you know how to beat the drum? Layman Pang asked Grandmaster Ma, who is it that is not a companion of myriad things? If you have a fire, you usually want to call a firefighter. If you want to know about the truth, we can be generous and we can say you want to call a monk. You don't want the volunteer firefighter. You want the full-time, 365, right? Full pay. And in the history of Chan, in the history of Zen, which we are looking at here, the Chan ancestors, the Chan lineage texts, the Chan records, Zen, okay, comes from China, comes from the Buddha. Bodhidharma came from India to China, and Zen took root. But in the history of Chan, in the history of Zen, it's not just monks who become enlightened or monks who are very skillful. It can also be lay people. It can also be normal people. So we say a monk is not a normal person. That's fair. That's fair to say. But also, a normal person doesn't have to be a normal person. And one example of this is Layman Pang, who in the Chan records was known as a skillful to understand and know about the truth and to speak on the truth. So, Layman Pang asked Grandmaster Ma, who is it that is not a companion of myriad things? So who is it that is not involved with, stuck in, trapped by karmas, cause and effect, material objects and mental objects and all these involvements? Who is it that is not a companion of material things but is free wherever they are, moment by moment? Forgiving always, moment by moment. Rain, shine, heat, cold, it doesn't matter. They are not a companion of the myriad things. They are not a companion of the world of dust. They are not a companion of the ups and downs. They are free, unchained. Layman Pang asked Grandmaster Ma, who is it that is not a companion of myriad things? Ma said, when you drink up the water of the Ganges River in one sip, then I'll tell you. A monk asked, what is Buddha? Grandmaster Ma said, mind itself is Buddha. What is freedom? What is forgiveness? Mind itself is freedom. Mind itself is Buddha. What is transcendence? Mind itself is transcendence. Present moment experiencing itself is freedom, is transcendence. But it's not freedom according to being a companion of myriad things. It's freedom according to the truth, which is not someone, not some place, not some time. It's freedom according to the truth of ever-new impermanent nature, which is the foundation of all the myriad things we get involved with in ourselves and in the world. Layman Pang asked the Grand Master Ma, who is it that is not a companion of myriad things? Ma said, when you drink up the water of the Ganges River in one sip, then I'll tell you. A monk asked, what is Buddha? Grandmaster Ma said, mind itself is Buddha. Who here knows how to beat the drum? Many spirit, many being, they didn't know how to beat the drum. They didn't know how to recognize the truth. The nature is the same. The truth is still the truth. Ever new impermanent nature is the same for all. But the bug, the tree, the star, many spirit in different realms, some people suffering too little, some people suffering too much. They didn't know how to beat the drum. So as we are knowing how to beat the drum, we are to offer out, to bless out, to free out, to unchain all phenomena. Mind itself is Buddha. As we continue to read through this, the barriers that we encounter are to be experienced only. Don't worry about seeing through them. Don't worry about letting them go, but to experience only. We can understand what we can understand at this time. And what we cannot understand, we cannot understand freely, openly. Not to be trapped, not to be stuck. not to be chained by anything. If we can listen in such a way, then we can forgive, understanding and not understanding. We can release any entanglements as we go through this. Master Tian Yi Huai addressed an assembly. The universe is not absolute. What is wrong with distinctions? The sixth Grand Master of Chan said, "When leaves fall, they return to the root. When we came, we had no mouth. If you understand this talk, you will enter directly into the room of Vimalakirti. Abide in the glow of golden light and see the 4 kinds of sages and the 6 kinds of ordinary beings in the worlds of the 10 directions, as if you were looking at a fruit in the palm of your hand," meaning you will see clearly and openly. You will see directly. Okay, listen to this. The universe is not absolute. What is wrong with distinctions? All right, so if the universe is not absolute, right, if all phenomena that we call the universe is not absolute, is not fundamental, right, then what is wrong with making distinctions? What's the problem here? If this body and this environment and everything that we find ourselves in, the whole universe expanding out, Pluto, Jupiter, whatever, if it's not absolute, if it's temporary, impermanent, changing, what is wrong with distinctions? Why not make distinctions? The sixth Grand Master of Chan said, "When leaves fall, they return to the root. When we came into this world, we had no mouth. If you understand this talk, you will enter directly into the room of Vimalakirti. Abide in the glow of golden light and see the 4 kinds of sages and the 6 kinds of ordinary beings in the worlds of the 10 directions, as if you were looking at a fruit in the palm of your hand." So the 6 kinds of ordinary peoples, the 4 kinds of sages, or the 4 kinds of quite enlightened, special people who have an understanding, abide in the golden light, abide in the truth, abide in freedom, and you will see these different kinds of people. You will see so clearly as if you were looking at a fruit in the palm of your hand. No more distinction, no more qualification for confusion about this person and that person. Do they have some understanding? Are they Zen? Are they chill? Whatever. But you will just see clearly the 4 kinds of sages, the 6 kinds of ordinary beings. And sure, I'm curious, what are these? But just to continue. As if you were looking at a fruit in the palm of your hand. You will also see a species of being who sleeps through the long night of birth and death, oblivious, a slumber, unaware, unknowing. Wouldn't it be a joy to make the cry of the golden rooster announcing the dawn to wake them up? If you can do this, then you can use this profound mind to serve infinite lands. This is called requiting your debt to Buddha. To make your return, to make appropriate, right? So listen. If you can understand this, when leaves fall, they return to the root. When we came, we had no mouth. This is just nature. Not someone, not some place, not some time, not what you think about it, not your opinion, not your position, not your privilege. No, it's just nature. If you can understand this talk, you will enter directly into the room of Vimalakirti, let's say the room of the enlightened ones, or the room of the wise ones. Abide in the glow of golden light and see the 4 kinds of sages and the 6 kinds of ordinary beings in the worlds of the 10 directions. You will see all at once, as if you were looking at a fruit in the palm of your hand. You will also see a species of being who sleeps through the long night of birth and death, who sleeps through the arising and passing away of states of being, states of suffering, states of attachment to mental phenomena or physical phenomena, whatever they may be. Okay? You will also see a species of being who sleeps through the long night of birth and death, oblivious, a slumber, unaware, unknowing. Wouldn't it be a joy to make the cry of the golden rooster announcing the dawn to wake them up? If you can do this, then you can use this profound mind to serve infinite lands. This is called requiting your debt to Buddha, paying back your debt to Buddha, paying your debt back to the, we say, the enlightened one, the awakened one. To forgive the Buddha, this is called forgiving the Buddha. Even so, an ancient one said, "Those who smile at me are many, those who laugh at me are few." The room of Vimalakirti refers to the emptiness of absolute reality in conditional phenomena. Forgive confusion, forgive yourself, forgive someone, forgive some understanding, forgive some position that you're holding. Forgive Krishna, forgive being a monk, forgive being a Buddha, forgive all. To forgive, to release, to free, to brighten out, to widen out. If it was made of paper, we could burn it. Master Fahua Ju said to an assembly, "Participatory study requires you to have the eye to distinguish things. You can't fudge it. If you attain precision and clarity of accurate perception, there is no inhibition at all." Participatory study requires you to have the eye to distinguish things. You can't fudge it. To make use of what is to be made use of and to abandon what is to be abandoned. Participatory study, not observation, not consumption, not believing in, not worshiping, not doing a puja, not chanting something, okay? But participatory study requires you to have the eye to distinguish things. You can't fudge it. Otherwise, you can't participate. If you attain precision and clarity of accurate perception, perception of the true perception, the clear perception that is precise and has a clarity, this quality of clarity. It's surely like this. It's surely not like that. If you attain precision and clarity of accurate perception, there is no inhibition at all. There is only forgiveness. There is only freedom. No inhibition, no stopping, no secondary thought, no tertiary thought. Haven't you read the saying of the ancient? Every statement must contain 3 mysteries. Each mystery must contain 3 essentials. What was the ancients' meaning in speaking thus? The king goose that can pick milk from water is not in the same class as the ducks. Let's do that one again. Haven't you read the saying of the ancient? Every statement, okay? Every statement must contain 3 mysteries. Each mystery must contain 3 essentials. What was the ancients' meaning in speaking like this? Answer. The king goose that can pick milk from water is not in the same class as the ducks. A monk asked, I don't ask about not a fleck of cloud for myriad miles. What about the matter of the single frosty blade? A monk asked, I don't ask about not a fleck of cloud for myriad miles. So I don't ask about the wide open sky. I don't ask about thoughtlessness for long periods of time, we can say. What about the matter of the single frosty blade? The master said, who dares set it in motion? The monk bowed. The master said, a small kindness prevents a great kindness, and hit him. The monk asked, how is it when at the place knowledge doesn't reach? The master said, the triple gate has never opened. The monk said, who is a knower? The master said, the mouth is like the nose. What could we say? The mouth is like the nose. What could that mean? The mouth is like the nose. Maybe we can say, instead of all these words, it's a matter of breathing in and breathing out. I'll tell you the answer. Silent. Silent. Let's take a moment, put our hand over our heart, and let's see who here can beat the drum. Who here knows how to beat the drum? Heishan instructed in assembly. Cultivating learning is called hearing. Transcending learning is called proximity. Beyond these two is called real transcendence. And that's what we all want, right? Real transcendence, true freedom, true enlightenment. So what is it? A monk asked, What is real transcendence? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. What is real truth? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. The monk said, mind itself is Buddha. I don't question this. But what is neither mind nor Buddha? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. When people who have gone beyond come to you, how do you deal with them? Heishan said, knowing how to beat the drum. This means it's not an intellectual matter. It's not about what you think. What you think doesn't matter. Period. What you think doesn't matter. Period. That's what you have to go through. That's what you have to start with. It's not about true or false. True or false is just about what you think, what you believe, what you like, what you dislike, what's good, what's bad. You need to forgive true and false. You need to forgive good and bad. You need to abandon everything, especially to abandon abandoning. Master Dagui Zenru addressed a crowd. Ah la la, what cogitation is this? Cogitation, to think deeply about something, to meditate on something, to reflect on something, okay? Master Dagui Zenru addressed a crowd. Ah la la, what cogitation is this? The moment the oven breaker's staff strikes, one knows one's turned away from self. Striking the incense stand with his staff. Fallen, fallen. A monk asked, what is the meaning of Joshu's cypress tree in the yard? Zenru said, at night the weather is severe. The lone traveler is the first to feel cold. The monk said, what about the statement that he never said this? Zenru said, only the traveler knows his pains. The monk said, 10 years walking in the red dust. Today the body is revealed alone. Zenru said, frost on top of snow. There is a story, a Zen story, about a temple, small meditation hall. And in this temple, there was an old woman who meditated very diligently and stay in this group for a long time. And a newcomer came in and started joining this meditation group and would fart loudly all the time. So eventually this woman, longtime member of the group, went to the master and said, look, this person is making gas, these noises all the time. We've got to do something about this. And the master said, You cannot share even a single fart. You cannot taste the mango that I eat, period. So we move away from this reflective, cognitive, complicated, interrelationship way of being and understanding ourselves. Oh, all these people say this, so? Oh, all these people say this, so? No. Actually, it's to forgive, to release, to free. No one else can taste the durian in your mouth. And yet we are not a separate self. We don't exist separate from one another, and yet we can't share a single thing. You cannot see what I see. You cannot hear what I hear. You cannot smell what I smell. You cannot taste what I taste. You cannot feel what I feel. And what good is your seeing in the past or the future? If you go blind now, what good is your hearing in the past or the future? If you can't hear now, what good is your tasting in the past or the future? If you can't taste now, so we start to look in a realistic way, in an authentic way. And at the beginning, it doesn't feel authentic. Maybe we feel we are, disassociating or, trying to avoid our problems or trying to avoid the real true person and a real true story. It's just gas in the wind. Let it fly by. You might get a whiff. Let it go. Don't try to catch it. Don't try to hang on to it. And there is some direction, there is some guidance, there is some methodologies, there are some teachers, there is a community, right? But first and foremost, we need to let it go in the wind. We need to know how to beat the drum, period. And then everything else is just to be forgiven, just to be released, just to do good deeds more and more. But even to say that is too much, way too much. A bonfire doesn't need a match. Ahosi, Ahosi. Master Longji said to an assembly, complete ordinariness is not known to ordinary people. Complete ordinariness is not known to ordinary people. Complete sagehood is not understood by sages. If sages understood, they would be ordinary people. If ordinary people knew, they would be sages. This saying has one principle and two meanings. If people can discern them, undeniably they have some penetration of Buddhism. If you can't discern, don't say you don't wonder. So maybe this is a point of our curiosity. Maybe this is a place we can look a little bit closely. Complete ordinariness, and in doing this, we're not taking from other texts, other stories, other religions, or our past or our future. It's to look into directly, according to present moment experiencing, without all the toys, without all the extra. Now, to go beyond now, to forgive all the nonsense now. And this is how we look into it. Master Longji said to an assembly, complete ordinariness is not known to ordinary people. Okay? Complete ordinariness is not known to ordinary people. So maybe meaning they don't, not so self-aware, just ordinary, just doing normally. Complete sagehood is not understood by sages. Maybe we can say, if you are a sage, if you are like an enlightened person, you're not looking in the mirror all the time. You're not so self-reflective, right? You're not constantly thinking about yourself. You're just, it's like just move it, just movement, just free flow, right? So it's not, complete sagehood is not understood by the sages. If sages understood complete sagehood, they would be ordinary people. So maybe we can say, if they were to grasp onto their experience, they would just be like an ordinary person. Maybe. If ordinary people knew complete ordinariness, they would be sages. If ordinary people could recognize the true nature of moment by moment normal activity, have a cup of tea, take a bath, go for a walk, the normalness of it, the fullness of it, the completeness of it, the freedomness of it, they would be sages. This saying has one principle and two meanings. If people can discern them, undeniably they have some penetration of Buddhism. If you can't discern, don't say you don't wonder. Now this can be homework. If you want homework, then you look into this text and get back to me and share. Put a comment in this video or something. I'll read it one more time. Complete ordinariness is not known to ordinary people. Complete sagehood is not understood by sages. If sages understood, they would be ordinary people. If ordinary people knew, they would be sages. Okay? Dahui remarked, Zen Master Dahui remarked, it is easier to turn stones into gold and jewels than to get people to set aside affirmation and negation. Dahui remarked, very famous Zen master Dahui remarked, it is easier to turn stones into gold and jewels than to get people to set aside affirmation and negation. Okay, so to set aside affirming something as being true or real, and also negation, that is the contradiction or denial of something. To deny something, to say it's unreal. And equal is always according to someone, at some place, at some time. And this is beyond equality. This is independence in the midst of any and all phenomena. This is unbound forgiveness, unbound compassion. There's no equality. Go to a gym, you'll see very quickly that there's no such thing as equality. I can lift up this weight and you cannot, period. But there's no I necessary, it's just causes and conditions. We don't become fixated on the idea of a self. Our whole lives we are operating me, my, I, like, dislike, affirm, negate, this is good, this is bad, all the time, constantly. This is to stop, to step back, and to see from the perspective the natural state of not someone and not some place, and not some time, to open out, to widen out, not to take it personally, even as we act personally, even as we take it personally, to forgive, ahosi, forgive completely, forgive openly, and to forgive, forgiving especially. That's why it is said here, Dahui says here, it is easier to turn stones into gold and jewels than to get people to set aside affirmation and negation. To set aside affirmation and negation. Longji also said, affirming the pillars, you don't see the pillars. Negating the pillars, you don't see the pillars. After detachment from affirmation and negation, understand in the midst of affirmation and negation. Dahui remarked, Tisk! He's starting all over again. Don't start all over again. This is why we have to forgive. We have to bless. We have to open out. We have to widen out. We have to brighten out. And especially we have to forgive. Let's read this final one without any commentary. And at that time, we will finish with water blessing, special edition meditation method for here at this temple. So wait, just wait. You won't want to miss this, all right? Master Ling Yuan said to an assembly, the Buddhas of all times do not know existence. A debt is not repaid twice. Cats and cows know existence. Efforts expended wastefully. When you clarify the great function and awaken the great potential, your trail is inconceivable. Go back unknown to anyone. Bursting open the blue sky, 1,000 feet of pine, cutting through the red dust, a valley stream of water. Now we will finish with the water blessing everyone. So you can actually join in with this. What you will need, I'm guessing you're not outside, so what you will need is maybe a larger container to pour the water in, and then something that is holding water. It can be a water bottle. You could just get a pot from your kitchen or a big bowl from your kitchen, put it on the floor, and a bottle of water or a cup with water that you can pour. Okay? Go get it. Go and get it. Don't worry, we'll have time to bless together. Okay, we'll walk up here. You've got a few moments to go and get your water and a bowl, something to pour your water in. If you have your phone, you can also just walk outside and bring a water bottle with you, and you can join. And I'm going to show you all how to do this blessing method, okay? Water blessing, forgiveness, opening, widening out. Okay, who has their water ready? Let's get a check-in. Let's get a tally here. Who's got their water prepared? Who's ready? And as you can see, as I'm walking here, you see all these containers. These are all for the water blessing. This is the method they're teaching at this temple. All right. And it can be simple. It can just be, like I said, a big pot from your kitchen and then a cup that has water in it, and you can pour it out. Great. I'm excited to share this with y'all because I'm enjoying it. Okay, very good. Great. Thank you all for being with me. So wonderful. Okay, let's see. Open out, widen out, water releasing, flowing. Not someone, not some place, not some time, just to open out, to brighten out, breathing out. Letting go fully, letting go, letting go. Filling your mind, the whole room, opening out, even going beyond the room, going beyond the place, going beyond the time. Forgiving, forgiving. All mental and physical action, ahosi, ahosi, forgive, forgive. Open out, widen out, release, release. Ahosi, 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 forgive, forgive, forgive. Okay, wonderful. So let's go see the Buddha to finish, and we can make 3 bows to the Buddha. And the Buddha, of course, in this very big hall, you can see very big hall. What is this all about? Some religion, some whatever? No, mind is Buddha. Let's go together. Namo Guan Shu Yin Pu Sa. Namo Guan Shu Yin Pu Sa. Namo Guan Shu Yin Pu Sa. Namo Namo Guan Shu Yin Pusa. Ahosi, Ahosi, forgive, forgive, release, open out, widen out, letting go any thought, letting go any physical experience, just to be aware, just to breathe. Simple, simple, nothing to believe, nothing to involve with, nothing to be interested in, just to be open, just to be free. So you can join me to make 3 deep bows to the Buddha. And if you never do like this before, you can try to follow along, and it might be nice. So I will put you here. What is the Buddha? The Buddha is your mind. And we finish with the 3 prostrations. So you can just do like I do, or just make 3 bows. It's okay. Okay, my friends, that's it. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate all of you. You support my life, and you help it to be meaningful and to stay on track, and you help me to uh, continue to be inspired in my monastic life. So thank you everyone so much, and please always know that this life that I'm living is for all, and I am here to support and to share as much as I can according to your openness to forgive, to be forgiving. Then I can share more and more. Okay? Thank you, my friends. We will finish now. And that is friends, as in friends on the path, spiritual friends on this journey together. And in that way, we truly are very good friends. Okay? Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Buddha. Bye, Buddha. Don't forget to leave a like. And the official website is in the description of this video, I bet. All right. Bye, Bree. Bye, Margaret. Bye, Matt. Bye, Ayla. Karan. Everybody, goodbye. Goodbye. Ahosi, Ahosi. Forgive, forgive.